You never need to ask, am I going to make it? You're going to make it if you continue. It just needs to be that one opportunity, that one sale, that one person you meet, and that door open. Just takes that one time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, my main channel.
Haven't posted in a month, but best believe I'm going to start posting soon. I might even turn it into a manifest. Yup, what?
Still in New York at the moment. I just got back from the Hamptons and I was thinking I wish I filmed there because I had the
perfect backdrop.
Yeah, I'm like, that would have been perfect to film there, but alas, back to New York. Today I wanted to do a video inspired by Leila Hormozo. Shout out to her. I saw this video pop up on my feed and I thought I would give my own spin on it.
By the way, you can watch this video for a little bit of context about what I've been doing and what I have done in the past and yada yada yada.
So first of all, I want to say everyone's version of success is very, very different. You know, to some people it might be you have a lot of money, you have a great family, you have great friends, and additionally when you reach a certain level of success, what you define as success, then actually you can feel unsuccessful at some point because you have another level to reach, and it really is never ending. However, I feel like I am qualified to make this video because I've reached an objective level of success that I think perhaps most people my age have not yet achieved. The number one thing I did that set me up differently from my peers, and it wasn't my family background, but it was actually the fact that since I was a child, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly what the fuck I wanted since I exited the womb. So I had this tunnel laser focus vision from day one, really. I'm so stubborn that nothing can get in my way. Like when I set myself on a goal, I'm not entertaining distractions. No one's getting in my way. You can't try to tell me to do something else. It's not gonna happen. I will go for it until I get it. If you have no clear vision, you don't even know where you want to go. How can you expect yourself to muster all the courage and determination and persistence and to rise above failure if you have no passion and you don't know where you're going? It doesn't make any sense. I find later in my life, when I've already achieved some of my goals and I'm now looking for another goal to achieve, if I am not very clear on that goal and I don't really want it that much, I cannot muster all the said things in order to achieve that. So you must have your clear vision and you must actually really, really want it. My mum is a share trader and my dad was an entrepreneur. So from an early age, I was already kind of exposed to this. And also, you know, it's like 50% genetics, 50% nurture. So, you know, 50% nature, so it's nature nurture. I think already, like with my DNA, I was set up for what I was going to do. One, but two, I think that nurture part was not really given to me until my mom started to hand me all of these business books. And a lot of the business books she gave me at a young age, they were actually by Donald Trump. They were by Donald Trump, okay? Look, you can hate on that man, but he has some great books out there. So imagine like you're 12 years old, okay? And instead of reading like fucking Pinocchio or Harry Potter, I mean, I read Harry Potter, but my mom really forced upon me these current books. And that just reshaped my mind because I remember that is what sparked a lot of my journey. I just realized and helped me figure out what I wanted. And I had this journal and I called it like my success journal. I wish I had it here. I think I've showed it in this video here. But I would write all the quotes that I live by to this day. It would be like fall 7 times, stand up 8. Winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. There is another one I love which is called focus, and it goes follow one course until successful. And imagine you're 12 years old, you know, when your mind is so susceptible to information. I was being fed this type of information from such an early age, and that is what set me up. Now, if you guys are struggling to figure out what you want to do in life or you need a little bit of guidance, I always recommend getting a birth chart reading. You know what's so funny? When I was younger and I had a birth chart reading, my first one, I think I was like 14, and when I was 14, I actually really wanted to go into finance. So my birth chart, it was actually saying I'm going to go into like more of the art space. Like there's a little bit of biz, but I'll go mainly into like, literally said psychology, self-help. And I'm like, what the I'm like, I don't like this. I was so annoyed. And it's funny because that's exactly how my life ended up panning into that space. Like, here I am in front of YouTube. It literally said I would be a teacher. At that age, I'm like, F no, I don't want to be a teacher. So if you guys want a birth chart reading, definitely check out Keen. Thank you to Keen for sponsoring today's video. Keen connects you with talented psychics, tarot readers and astrologers who can help you with whatever you need. Super easy to get a reading on Keen. All you need to do, create an account and you'll be able to immediately access hundreds of advisors who can help you right now. These advisors each have unique gifts designed to help you navigate your life. You can choose whatever advisor best suits you and you'll be able to connect to them via phone call or text chat. And as a new customer of Keen, you're going to get your first 5 minutes for only $1. So renew your well-being today and connect with a Keen advisor right here, you guys. Now, of course, you're probably not 12 years old watching this, and if you are, get onto that, boo. But if you're not, you need to just saturate your mind with other types of content. When I remember when I was in my like startup era, when I was like 15, I think I was like 15, 17, every morning I would wake up and when I'm doing my makeup, getting ready for school, I would listen to motivational speeches. And that combined with the books I was reading and the fact that I literally would just not entertain people at school. I was like a little bit of an outsider actually, and I was very, very like stubborn and in my own space. That all combined together is what shaped my mindset. And that's also what propelled me to do YouTube, because I had such strong mentality that if people were to make fun of my videos, for example, I don't give a fuck, because I knew where I wanted to go. I knew. We talked about this in the last video with Kathleen, but we were saying how a lot of people in high school, I think they're like kind of talking like, oh, why is Simone and Kathleen traveling so much? Like, how can they afford to do that? And it's like, dude, if you took that chance when we were at the same age, you could be here too. But the people don't want to do it. It's like, it wasn't easy for me. I was made fun of. Start to saturate your mind with good books. You know what that means? You also need to do unsaturate your mind with bad content. TikTok, whatever, okay? Or try to like curate your feed. Yeah, watch motivational speeches. Wake up in the morning, watch a motivational speech, do your meditation, do your affirmations. But if you're saturating your mind like that and that's what you're surrounded with, it's actually impossible to not do well. How can you expect to have a terrible mindset and to not want to be successful if that is what you're saturating your mind with? The people you surround yourself is also very important. So, you know, growing up, I wouldn't say I had like-minded friends necessarily. That's quite hard to find when you're in high school, which is why my friends were the books, my friends were the internet, the YouTube. I was on Twitter a lot. I found like-minded communities. And I find in my adulthood, the times where I'm like slacking or I find I don't have a lot of goals, it's if I'm depressed, one, but two, if the people surrounding me, especially when I'm traveling, they are quite relaxed and they are not really doing much with their life either, that's when I'm like, let me take a step back. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you should enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? But ultimately, it's distracting me from my goals. And this is literally brainwashing yourself to be successful, because the content that was being put into my brain every day, I had no doubts in my mind I would make it. For me, there was nothing ever out of my reach. Like, to this day, you know, the very first time I ever flew business class, it felt like nothing to me. And I don't want to sound ungrateful. Of course, I'm very grateful for it, but it felt like nothing to me because I had already envisioned it and I already knew that that was going to be a natural part of my life. And it became a natural part of my life. It didn't feel like much, you know? While if something is so out of reach to you, you subconsciously, you don't think you're ever going to get it. That you're subconsciously going to sabotage yourself because you feel stupid trying to reach something so far from you. Yeah, nothing is ever out of my reach. And I have absolutely no doubt I will get everything I want. And personally, I don't really put a timeline on things. Something I'm really trying to do, and I talk about it a lot in videos, is just enjoy the journey. Like, enjoy the process of life and slow down. Because sometimes if you achieve a lot of success when you're young, it's like, wow, like I already feel like I made it. Did the journey just end? And yes, you can do more, but it's tiring. It's really tiring. A lot of people ask me as well, how do you find motivation and discipline? And I think that is something that actually comes quite naturally when you really, really want something. So I would say as my income increased a lot, I didn't have as much drive or need to earn more, because it's like I kind of had everything I wanted, right? And even though my personality is to continuously go for more and more and more, I just didn't have the drive for it. Now, had I been on the street, broke, or in desperate need of money, that would be a very different situation. I would then have the drive to go and do it, because sometimes we actually need like a force pushing us. Now, sometimes that force actually is your desire for the goal, which is why I say you need to want that goal so badly, because then that is the force pushing you. Like if you don't want that goal that much, you don't have a force. So you need to find that force. Whether that force is your fear of being a loser, your fear of not achieving what you want, being held back from your potential, you need to find that driving force. I think too many people, they never ever live up to their potential because they're too afraid of what people think. And again, you need to have that force behind you. If your desire for being great and achieving what you want is bigger than your fear of being ridiculed or made fun of, then you're going to achieve it. And also guys, as long as you can like keep putting one foot in front of the other, you're eventually going to make it. I've said this in many videos, but I spend a lot of time thinking of the future and not living in the moment. If you guys have been there during like my old vlogging clownery era, I would think of like going to Europe every day for 2 years. Like I would go to bed and think of Europe. I'd wake up and think of Europe. When I got to Europe, and now it's a place where I'm lucky enough to vacation like literally whenever I want every year, I wouldn't have wasted 2 years of my life. 2 years of my life. 2 years of my life thinking about going there every day, because now I don't even remember what the hell I did during those 2 years. I remember me being in my room thinking of going to Europe. And the point is, time will pass, 1, 2, you will get where you want to go as long as you persist and you just keep working on it. It's inevitable. But if fear is stopping you, then you won't get there. You never need to ask, am I going to make it? You're going to make it if you continue. You literally have no choice but to eventually make it, whether that happens in a month, a year, or 10 years. If you keep going, you're going to get there. I'm gonna give you an anecdote. When I was doing YouTube in high school, every video I put out was flopping. And I would analyze it. I would spend my nights watching these videos on like how to grow a YouTube channel, like little tricks I can do, how to improve my content, and it just wasn't working. So imagine every week I'm putting my heart and soul and all this time into a video, and you're like, this is the video to blow me up, and then it fails. And you do that every single week and you're not seeing results. And there were so many times I wanted to give up, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. And I'm telling you, the people around me, they were laughing at me and they were telling me to give up. My mom even said to me once, I think this was like 3 years into me doing YouTube, and I had like 400 subscribers. She goes, you're still doing that YouTube thing? And I could tell she was a bit worried. She's like, I don't really want you to spend your time doing this. But I knew I had to keep going. And I would tell myself, it literally could be the next video. It just takes that one video. It's gonna be that next video. So how does that translate to you, not a YouTuber at home? It just needs to be that one opportunity, that one sale, that one person you meet, and that door opens. It just takes that one time. And I would say to myself, Simone, like, you know what you want from this. I knew if I were to make it, I would be able to live the life I had now. And that desire was greater than anything. It triumphed over everything. You can't go and look for belief in other people, you guys, because someone else's belief in you, it's only going to go as far as their belief in themselves. People didn't believe in me because they didn't believe in themselves. And I look at the people who did not believe in me, what they're doing now, they're not doing much. You need to learn to self-validate, and that's why we have the books, we have the motivational speeches, because if you don't have the friends who are going to support you or the family that's going to support you, you need to support yourself, and you're going to surround yourself with the books and the content which will support you and propel you forward, because those are your friends. You don't have 5 amazing people to surround yourself with. Guess what? You got this book, you got that book, you got this YouTuber, you got me, okay? This is how you brainwash yourself to be successful. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. I might be back in Dubai then, or Bali, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to posting on my second channel soon. We have a lot of things coming. I've just been taking a little break. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye. Ich liebe dich. Tschüss.
Fear love, shout of dogs forever. Do stronger for you. Norman Rockwell. No hype under it's just me and you. I've got with you on my list. Venice bitch. Of the neighborhood kiss. Some no baby kiss kiss. You're in the eye, I like the fire, and as the summer fades away, nothing I can say. You right eye to we make it work. You're beautiful and I'm insane. We're American made. Give me Hallmark. One dream under one lover. Make me happy and blue. Norman Rockwell. No hide under loud company. Is that right? It's just me and you. Oh God, miss you on my list. It's me, your little kind of snitch. On the street with the neighborhood kids. Selling off, they think you're in the yard. I like the fire as the summer fades away. Do you think we can stay? You ride out till we make it work. American made. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Selling off, bang bang, kiss kiss. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Selling off, bang bang, kiss kiss. Oh God, miss you on my lips. Gives me a little kind of spit. On the stoop with the neighborhood kids. Selling off, bang bang, kiss kiss. Yeah. 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 Selling off, bang bang, kiss kiss. Yeah. You should probably come over. Hanging around now. You should probably coming over. Oh God, it's on my lips. It's me, a little Venice bitch. Touch me with your fingertips. It's me, a little Venice bitch. Back in the garden, we get it high now because we're older. In the top of my diamonds, better than a clover. Whoa, 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 whatever, everything, ever. Whoa, 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 whatever, everything, ever. Whoa, 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 whatever, everything, ever. Whoa, whoa, whatever. Me myself, I like diamonds, better than a clover. Over and over, honey. Over and over, honey. Over and over, honey. Over and over, honey. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love.